right-hand corner of your screen.
Yep,
And
I
there we
see
go.
that.
Bye. So I took this class before. I got a 69%, so I have to retake it. And I yeah, I guess just to tell you guys about me, I'm a supply chain major. I have 18 credits left until I graduate, so I'll graduate in April. And I'm doing an internship in Arkansas right now, so at Walmart, and so I'm working here and just doing this one class this semester, and then I'll have 15 after that.
Okay,
But I'm from Ohio, from a big family of 11, and that's me.
cool. I just had a friend who got married in Dayton, Ohio, so I drove out there and drove back, and that's where I've been this last week. Um, I'm a computer science major, software engineering major,
Cool.
actually. And I'm working full time. I'm working for Intermountain Healthcare and their supply chain organization. I'm a courier, so yeah. Brad, are you there or are you
Yeah,
frozen up again?
yes. I think I'm frozen.
Your audio is coming through, but your video is frozen.
Hi, my name is Brad. I'm from Corona, California. My major is in business. After this semester, I will need 8 more classes.
Awesome.
Oh. I don't even know how many more classes I need, but it's quite a few.
Yeah, it goes quick. Um, so did you guys have any questions about? Actually, I guess before that, I told Brad. I asked the teacher if maybe we'll be able to just do one meeting a week. I don't know if that interests you, and then we would just do both chapters in that one meeting. I don't know about you guys, but life is busy, right?
Yeah, I would be
Yes.
up for that. Yeah, how long are we supposed to have the video chat for? Is it a required amount each week, or just until we get everything covered, basically?
I'm not sure.
I think we're technically supposed to have two meetings. There's not a time requirement, but basically all we need to do in this meeting is come and say, "Hey, does anyone have questions on the topic?" And then we're all supposed to go into the group meeting quiz together and just answer those questions together.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty much what we're supposed to do. So right now we're meeting on the first lesson 2 group meeting quiz and the content for lesson 2. Did you guys have questions about lesson 2?
Not yet. Like I said, I've been driving a lot, so I got home about an hour ago, and so I've
Oh
just been
wow, you're
reading.
probably dead.
Yeah, I'm really tired. So I'm in part 4. I've gotten through both videos, but I'm just starting to read over design of studies.
Okay.
Um,
Um, Brad, did you have any questions about it?
Uh, no, I watched the videos already. I did the homework already. It took me 2 tries. Second to try, I got 100%.
Yeah, same here. Um, okay. Well, if you guys want, then do you want to go ahead? We can go into take the group meeting quiz. Hope we lost Brad.
oh,
I'll go ahead and send him another invite.
I dislike having to answer false to the first question.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. But next time will be good. Would you like to do both lessons on Thursday or on Tuesdays?
I'm open to either way. I honestly just need to get a good grade in this class. I don't really care how I do it as long as we do it.
Okay.
I'm doing this from my cell phone.
Oh wow.
We're getting good video now. It
Yeah.
seems.
It's on my cell phone.
Okay. So Brad, we just logged in. I'm guessing you're that TJ too. Into the group meeting quiz.
Okay.
Are you? And just everyone, just say when you're in there.
Yep,
Yes, I
I'm
am
in
there.
Okay. So the first two questions are personal. So
This is the screen we're on.
yes. Let's see here. Researchers.
All right, I'll read the questions out for all of us. Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying? Design the study, collect data, describe the data, make inferences, or take action. I would say they're working on designing the study.
I do agree.
What was that, Brad?
I agree. The letter A.
Awesome. Perfect. I'll read the next one. A researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watched at each day. The researcher tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean number of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of statistical process did the researcher apply? Design the study, collect data, describe the data, make inferences, or take action. So she did tallies the frequency, compute, collect the data. Would you agree with that?
I would say it's describing the data.
I just see.
Describe the data.
What was that, Brad?
I just see.
You describe the data as well?
Yes.
Because of the histogram.
Yeah, because she already has the data, so she's tallying it. That's part of describing it, making it easy to read. The histogram is definitely a way to describe the data.
Yeah, I think you're right. Not thinking tonight.
That should be me. I'm the one who should be exhausted.
That's probably true.
I'll do number 5.
Sounds good.
Make India is a quick growing city of importance in its own country as well as global economy and market. Research firm has been asking by a promising food chain, fast food restaurant, determined if the census of Mumbai, I'm not sure how you say it, okay, will support food restaurants. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are responsibility selling each individual on the list, emailing a brief questionnaire. The research response 1,049. The population is B.
That is what I put as well. The next one is just going to be the sample, which is the 1,049.
Hold on a second. A sample is a subset or a portion of the population. I think the population would be all 3,000, wouldn't it?
So the only reason that I know this one is because I answered it in the prep assignment, And it says in the prep, let me pull this up. The example they have there is, here we go. So it gives an example very similar, and it says the population of this study was all registered voters of the United States, and the other choices were the 8,000 people who received the phone call in this other example, or the 2,900 people that responded to it. And so the population is always the people that it's in this case it's all of that country.
Okay, so it's the population is what we're going to infer for. It's the big picture at the very end. From the small sample, from the small sample, we're going to describe the population, right?
Exactly. And the sample is the people that actually responded, and that one I'm pretty confident about too.
Okay, I can agree with that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll read again.
I'm pretty confident.
All right. No, it makes sense. And after double scanning that in there, I think I agree with you. And you, Brad. All right, so I'll read question 6. Mumbai, India, is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire, and I should have just read this last sentence. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The sample is the 1,049 people who respond, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Only had to read the last 2 sentences there since everything else was the same as the question before.
You'll notice in this class that happens.
Like this next one.
Yes. What type of data is your teacher collecting?
Okay.
I'll read the whole thing. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of the class, and 44% for the first after class. This forgetting curve continues, stays only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes. An hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your teacher collecting?
I would say quantitative.
I'd say A.
You say, Brad?
Yes, I'd say A. A for Apple.
Quantitative as well. And just so you, yeah.
Okay. About admin game.
Okay. I think I always mess up quantitative and categorical, so I'm going to go with the majority. Brad, do you want to do number 8?
Yes. Studies have shown that retention of the classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within the 15 minutes of class, and within 44% after the first hour after class. The forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remember. How did a student conquer this forgetful curve? The researchers in this study claims that contains reviews its importance. Suppose your teacher wants a test and invite you to participate in a study where you can ask review recipient material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. After the 6th day, your teacher asks you if you feel confident that you can retain at least 50% of the material. He then records your response as yes, no, not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting? B for boy.
Yep, categorical. Agreed, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll read question 9. It's the same study. So the pertinent question is, your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. This group is called the, I would say, control group.
Yep.
Yes.
For number 10, which of the following would be considered an experimental design? A telephone poll asking people about whether or not they vaccinate their children, administering the tuberculosis vaccination to one group and giving a placebo to another, a census, whether or not they receive the tuberculosis. Experimental would be administering the one and then the placebo. Would you agree?
That would be my guess.
That would be my guess also.
Like I said, I didn't finish reading the materials yet, but that sounds most experimental. So
The good news is we also get a second chance on this quiz. And number 11.
Is it my turn for number 11?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
In a study to determine the average wage of workers in Mandai, which of the following will be the best example? I should see for cat. I think it's that one video that I watched. That the teacher was talking about if they an average poll of all the students that lived on BYU. That's how I came up with C from that video.
What's your opinion, TJ?
Well, I'll definitely rule out B and D, because B would be the population, and D is very not randomized. And so, let's see.
I think
I would-
that C is the most conclusive. It includes the most groups. Because
Yeah, I would agree with C.
A is very haphazard.
Yeah, and that could be limiting to either just one area or one occupation, depending on what streets you're on. So yeah, I think
Exactly.
C would be the most accurate sample. I'll agree.
Let's see.
Okay. Question 12. You want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory syncytial virus. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subjects? I would say the children.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the next question is the same. It just wants to know what are the treatments. And that would be the vaccine and the placebo. Would you agree?
That is
Yes,
what I would think.
Yes.
Okay. And then number 14, I can sort of guess it just by looking at things there. But Brad, do you want to read it?
Yes, I can. In 1992, the U.S. government supports a study that was running for 15 years, where 4,608 low-income families were given improved areas. They described vouchers and providing support systems. The research wants to describe neighborhoods will reduce the poverty level of the U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following three groups: the MTO, low poverty vouchers, the LPD group, which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers, useful than 10% of the population level, the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with the county assistance and is fine a number 2, the trans voucher group, which received regularly 8 Section 8 certificates or voucher, geographically assistance from the PHA, the local public housing authorities. The control group received no certificates or vouchers, but meaning equal for killing or project-based, which families will outright has been entitled. That one, I think, B, experiment.
Brad, what's your opinion?
That was Brad.
Oh, sorry, Brad. I meant TJ.
It sounds experimental to me, but
That's what I thought, yeah.
have not reviewed the.
Now
What is an observational study?
best way to define that. Let's see here. Observation. An observational study is where researchers observe the responses of individuals without controlling the conditions experienced by the individuals. Thereby, they do not assign the participants to treatment or control groups.
Okay, so it's definitely an experiment.
Yeah. And then number 15, we just need to match these things.
Yeah.
So, step 1 is designing it, design the study. Step 2 is collect the data.
Step 3 is describe. Step 4 is make inferences.
Three is describe, right? Yeah, you said. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. My family has a group chat.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. Sorry, my mind just went blank for number 4. It's describe, right?
Number
4 is make inference.
That's right.
And number 5 is make inference.
No, number 5 is take action.
Take action. Oh, sorry.
Step 5.
Sorry.
No, that's good. So the order I have is 2, 4, 5, 3, 1. Is that the same for you guys?
Yes.
Are you reading your answers or the?
Yeah, the order on the things, the numbers that I entered, the order. 2, and they could not be in the same order, but
Yeah. So I have step 2 as first on my list for the question.
oh, mine's step 5 first.
Yeah. So, all right, and then
Fair enough.
my list on the right. Number 1 is collect data. Number 2 is take action. Number 3 is design. Number 4 is describe, and number 5 is make inferences. Is that the same for you guys, or do
Yes.
they reorganize those?
I have different numbers. I have different numbers on my Dean, because for me it's like 2, 3, 5, 1, 4.
Yeah.
That's mine. I think they messed it up on this question.
Yeah, I think they. So, step 1, I got 3, design the study.
Yep. Step 2, I got collect the data. Step 3, describe the data. Step 4, make inferences. Step 5, take action.
That's what I got.
That's what I got, but it's different numbers on my screen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click the submit button. And we got 100%.
Yay.
That's what we want every time.
I'm going to get just less than 100%. Yep. Because I didn't finish all my work yet, so 88%. Hooray. So,
Next time we'll get it.
yeah. Next time we'll do good.
So what'll happen is under the group collaboration thing, I'm going to go ahead and post a link to our video.
Sounds good.
And then if you guys want, I'm more than happy to start these every time. I don't care. It's really up to you. You just tell me what you want.
That's fine with me.
It's fine with me.
Okay. So I will do that. And I just put your names, the people that attended. So just before I let everyone go, TJ, what's your last name?
Duke. D-U-K-E.
Okay, and Brad, what's your last name?
It's Andrews, A-N-D-R-E-W-S.
Perfect. So I will post that right now. So we are good.
Do you mean on Thursday for a group meeting credits on Thursday?
Yeah, we'll meet
Yeah,
again
we'll
on
have to.
Thursday. And then, Brad, are you good for doing both Lesson 3 and Lesson 4 on Thursday so we don't have to meet on Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it might be just because of how the quiz is open and everything. It might be smart to start it next week doing once a week if the teacher even lets us. I don't know if he'll let us do that.
Yeah.
Just because he's pretty strict, I feel like. But the dates of the quizzes don't even open in a way that let us work ahead too far.
That does look like that. Let's see.
It's sort of frustrating, to be honest. But
So Lesson 4 we could start in 2 days, so we could do it on Thursday.
well, it's up to you guys. You guys just let me know.
I think we would do 2 different videos. So we'd do one recording, stop it, and then start one up immediately afterwards, and I think it would be fine.
Oh, I think that actually would be technically cool no matter what, without his permission.
Yeah. It would
As
just
long as he approve it.
Say again?
As long as he approve it to you, say yes or no.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If it says yes,
Sounds good.
I'm for it.
All right. Well, let's have both Lesson 3 and Lesson 4, so the first lesson of next week, ready to do on Thursday.
And I'll email you guys as soon as I know, or text you.
Okay.
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 All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Is it the
Sounds
same
good.
time on Thursday at 6:30?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the same time we started tonight.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
7:30 Mountain. That's just what we'll go by.
Time.
It's 8:30 my time too. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, see you guys then.
Yep. Have
Okay,
a good
thank
night,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.